Welcome! On this channel, we share the freshest insights from the world of neural networks, hardware, and technology. Subscribe right now so you don't miss a thing. And if you need your own AI agent, reach out, and I'll help you build one tailored to your needs. Today, we are diving into a story about a very strange and magical giant. Think of the ancient sleeping bogatyr, Svyatogor, from the old legends. This model is incredibly huge and it sleeps deeply. It is known as Ring 2.6. Its creators promise us absolutely grand miracles. They say it is built to power the most complex autonomous agents in our modern world.
1 trillion. That is the massive scale of this sleeping giant. It hides exactly 1 trillion parameters inside its heavy stone body. This makes it a true ancient bogatyr among neural networks. It was forged specifically to handle incredibly complex autonomous agents. When you hear a number like 1 trillion, well, you expect unmatched power. You expect deep wisdom from the machine. It is supposed to carry the weight of the digital world on its wide shoulders, breathing life into a whole new era of magic.
And the creators boast about a massive context window of 256,000 tokens. This means the model can remember and process a vast amount of information all at once. It is like an ancient magic scroll that rolls out for miles and miles. We are led to believe this giant can read entire libraries in a single breath. It holds all the secrets of the world in its deep mind. This just further builds the awe and the grand miracles promised by its makers. But there is a stark contrast to all this magic. You see, the model relies on a complex mixture of experts' architecture. That means only a fraction of its mind wakes up at one time. Out of that 1 trillion, only 63 billion parameters are awake and active at any given moment. Yet, you still need a giant server cluster to run it. This creates a heavy earthly pull on the magic. The costs are so massive that even rich companies cannot afford to wake this giant. It is left chained by the immense hardware required just to make it breathe. Now the creators loudly announced completely open source code for everyone to use. They claimed a free MIT license would let anyone harness this power. But I have to warn you, this is a beautiful and clever illusion. The impenetrable fortress of hardware requirements hides the giant from ordinary people. Almost no one can actually awaken this colossal giant. It is locked away behind golden chains of server costs. The promise of open access is just a mirage in the digital desert. It is kept far, far from our reach. So I embarked on an arduous journey across different platforms to awaken the giant myself. First, I journeyed to Hugging Face and Model Scope, but running the neural network there was completely impossible. Then I traveled to their native Chinese Link studio, but the greedy Koschei the Immortal blocked the path. This dark sorcerer strictly demanded only a local phone number. He instantly and rudely rejected my foreign Australian number. They securely hid their magic from the whole world, guarding it fiercely. But I did not surrender, and I found a secret path. A faithful friend acted as a swift-winged sea margle. He carefully carried the coveted golden key to me. This key provided a secret path to connect to the closed giant through an API. It was a joyful moment to finally bypass that dark forest of restrictions. Now we had a direct line of communication to the sleeping bogatyr. It was time to test his legendary strength and see exactly what he could forge. I gave the neural network a very complex engineering task to prove its worth. I commanded it to write complete, ready-to-use software for quadcopter flight control. This was not a simple riddle. It had to be a completely full project. I strictly specified the required sensors and the physics simulation needed to make it fly. This is exactly the kind of complex agent task the giant was built for. So I waited to see the digital magic unfold. We deliberately activated the mode of deepest thinking. This is driven by the ice pop algorithm. It forces the model to ponder every detail deeply before answering. We can compare this slow, heavy process to the wise goddess Mokosh. Imagine her sitting at her massive wooden loom to weave a golden thread. The neural network started weaving its answer in the exact same heavy manner. The giant thought extremely heavily and long, churning through the complex physics and controllers we requested. 40 long minutes. That is the agonizing wait we endured for the giant to think. 40 minutes of heavy weaving by the ice pop algorithm. Finally, the giant yielded to our request. It provided a huge list of files for the project and a clear script for fast installation. At this moment, it felt like the legendary power of the 1 trillion parameters was real. The grand miracles seemed to be right at our fingertips. We successfully launched the beautiful web control panel using the installation script. Everything looked absolutely perfect. It looked magical from the very beginning. The interface was shining and ready for action. It seemed the giant had forged a perfect digital sword for us. We were ready to see the quadcopter flight control software in all its glory. The long wait appeared to be completely worth the massive effort.
But then the treachery of the evil Kikimora was revealed to us. I carefully opened the source code files of the project, and I found an absolute terrifying rigging emptiness there. The giants simply created files without a single line of code inside. There was no complex logic, there were no controllers, and there were absolutely no sensors. The beautiful, shining chest crumbled into gray dust right before my eyes. It revealed the praised deep thought to be a miserable failure.
The developers are very proud of their high benchmark scores. But this raises a crucial point we must all consider. Why do we need this unliftable Svyatogor if he does nothing? This giant model completely fails at practical execution. That makes the high scores just a meaningless demonstration of technical power. A massive stone giant is completely useless if it cannot forge a simple sword. It proves the grand miracles were nothing but empty fog and broken promises.
Instead of sleeping giants, we need true, agile local heroes. We have Qwen. It easily runs locally on one home VRAM card. If you need a high-quality paid answer, Claude delivers perfectly. And DeepSeek acts as a reliable open model for everyday tasks. These practical and agile heroes confidently and quickly forge real solutions. They never require an entire kingdom of server clusters to awaken. They are ready to serve ordinary people right now.
We must always choose honest practicality over empty, beautiful numbers. We absolutely do not need closed corporate monsters that hide behind impossible hardware requirements. True strength lies in accessible, smart, local neural networks. Artificial intelligence must bring real benefit to every person, not just rich corporations. The magic of technology should be a tool for everyone. It allows us to reject the illusion of the 1 trillion parameter myth and embrace real tools.
So I ask you, will you choose empty numbers or practical power in the new digital Cyber-Rus? The bright, sovereign future is here, and it works on our own servers. Become a channel sponsor so we can explore this magic together. Thank you so much for your support. It truly helps the project grow. Many more discoveries await us in this digital realm. We will continue to seek out the true heroes of the neural network world. See you next time as we uncover more technological truths.